Let us begin. As the door to the Griffin's alehouse creaks shut behind you, the clamor of the outside world falls away, replaced by the familiar warmth of the flickering torches and the murmur of subdued conversations. The tavern is unusually somber tonight. The jovial laughter that usually fills the air is absent, replaced by the whispers and hushed tones of its patrons. The assassination of Snow White at her own wedding has sent shockwaves throughout the kingdom, leaving even the most hardened adventurers at a loss for words. As you and your friends find yourselves huddled around your usual corner table, each nursing on a drink, lost in your own thoughts, the air is heavy with the scent of roasted meat and spiced ale, but the comfort usually brought by these familiar smells seems distant now. Queen Evelyn, now clad in mourning blacks, has sent the kingdomers away, declaring a period of mourning before a public funeral to be held in 3 days' time. The streets of Haven are quiet, the usual revelry stilled by the day's grim events. The reality of what you witness hangs over you like a dark cloud. As adventurers, you face monsters, traverse deadly dungeons, and outwitted even the cunningest of foes. But the cold blooded public murder of a beloved princess shakes the sturdiest spirit. Did anyone see it coming? Could it have been prevented? Soren's voice breaks the silence, his usual light tone now heavy with doubt and sorrow. Lux, on the other hand, shifts uncomfortably, her gaze fixed upon the flickering candle at the center of the table. It's not just about who did it. She looks away at your friends. But why? This will change everything for the kingdom, she murmurs, more to herself than to anyone else. Draco, whose connections often lead to valuable insights, leans in, his voice low. We need to tread carefully. Queen Evelyn's move to hold a public funeral could be more than just a show of grief. We should keep our eyes and ears open. There might be more to this than meets the eye. Sybil, the ever pragmatic one, nods in agreement. We should use these 3 days wisely. Let's gather information, talk to the people, see if anyone knows anything more. Someone must have seen something that can guide us. Isadora speaks up with a resolve that matches the steel of her blade. Let's not forget, we have allies and resources. It's not just about finding the assassin, it's about understanding the machinations behind the throne. As you sit together, the weight of responsibility settles on your shoulders. Haven, a place you call home, is on the cusp of chaos. With the Queen's actions and their looming funeral, you know that the next few days are critical. What you decide to do, the paths you choose to follow, and the alliances you chose to forge or forsake could very well determine the fate of the kingdom. Tonight, Griffin's Alehouse is more than just a tavern. It's a haven for the weary souls and a planning ground for the defenders of the realm. The road ahead is uncertain and fraught with danger, but one thing is clear. The answers you seek lie in the shadows of the kingdom, waiting to be uncovered. With resolve and courage, you prepare to delve deeper into the mystery, knowing that whatever you find might change your lives in Haven forever. There you go.
Does Draco know that he did it? And he's hiding it from us?
Draco knows.
Okay. And does Lux know what she did?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Well, did she really do anything, or did the wand do it in her hand, and she just?
Yes, she just the wand kind of acted upon
Excellent.
its own and then flew out of her hand into the crowd.
Okay. I wanted to know that because that's going to change her mood a little bit. Because she's going to feel very guilty, but happy, relieved. It was
That's
not
kind
her
of
Uncle
what.
Eliot, but she's guilty. So she's just kind of like quieter than normal, obviously staring at the candle, and she's not even like kicking her feet underneath the chair like she normally does. She's very like not blinking.
Lux, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you ever need to talk, Lux, you can talk to me. It's a lot that we saw.
Mm.
So, who do y'all think did it? You think?
I don't know. I mean, we're supposed to take these 3 days to get information. Do we start tonight or tomorrow?
I'd say we start right now. Look for clues.
I mean, highest possibilities are going to be Rook. I mean, he was playing.
You said here's the plan?
Well, he was planning,
Mm.
Yeah.
you know, behind everyone's backs.
Yeah, you're not
I mean,
wrong.
he was going to poison everyone, remember?
Oh,
He or
yeah.
she was going to poison everyone.
The flower.
Yeah. And we stopped that, but at what cost? Did we cause this by stopping the flower shipment? But how many more casualties would have been with the flower shipment?
I mean, I think we did a good thing there. I don't think.
No, I'm not saying we did anything bad, but now the question is what path we have to find information on where he is, or she, or that assassin lady. I don't know. We kind of don't know what happened with her. Last time we saw her was above that spider pit thing, and she
Yeah.
disappeared.
Her?
Yeah.
Well, who's good with talking to people? That
I
surely is
mean,
not me.
do we have to be good at talking to people? We just have to be good at listening.
True.
Yeah, I feel like. Lux, you sure you're feeling okay? You're usually a little more
It's so
feeling
yeah.
up to all this.
It's just a lot. I mean, yeah, it's just a lot. Who would want Uncle Eliot dead? She kind of whispers to everybody.
What are you talking about? No, got shot.
Did we see the arrow
Yeah.
change directions or just hit snow?
It was so from the original timeline there was that shift. But yeah, it was too fast, and for everyone was also spread out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And that's what I wanted to make sure. Okay.
But will Lux know?
Yeah.
Where it aimed?
Lux knows and Draco knows.
Okay. All right. Lux, yeah, Lux will then. That's the first time she probably admitted it out loud. She's like, "It was going for Uncle Eliot, not Snow."
What do you mean?
Interesting.
It reacted in my hand, and I just felt I needed to protect him over everybody else up there, and it went a different way.
What did?
The arrow,
What reacted? What was in your hand, Lux?
Uncle Eliot's wand.
How'd you get his wand?
He gave it for me to practice with, because I had spells and I needed a thingy, and that's what he had on hand.
Well, maybe we should start by talking to him. If we can. I imagine he's probably.
Busy.
Yeah, we should see if he'll see us at least, maybe.
I mean, it's
And
at
he
least worth
probably
a
has.
try. We can also split up, have people walking around the streets trying to figure out if they can hear anything or find any information out or see if they see any sketchy people. Me, Lux, can go over to Uncle Eliot and see if we can talk to him for a second.
Well, don't you know that the biggest gossip in town happens in a tavern?
True. We can all
That's
stay here too
got a
and just
point.
drink and enjoy the night and try to move forward with the grief of losing Snow and also listening in and on everyone else around us.
Yeah. I do think that shadow person we saw at, the goblin place and the flower place has something to do with it. I feel like they have to be the spook person.
I don't know if they're the Rook person, but they're definitely connected because they're everywhere that the Rook's connected to.
Every bad thing has happened.
Yeah.
But just don't know who they are. mean, I could like look in books and see if there's anything written about some very powerful mage, but I don't know if they would be written down.
I don't
Like
They
know.
might
whatever
not
else
be.
here.
I mean, if they've been working off of the grid and just working for a bad guy, I mean, who knows who they even are? They could have an a fake name as well.
That's true.
Like, I doubt Rook's name is Rook.
Yeah, it could be Bobby Sue or something.
Exactly.
Well, are we starting tonight, or are we gonna drink our sorrows away?
I mean,
Should
we can
we?
all get up and go take a walk around the tavern one at a time and see if we hear anything of interest.
Like go to the bathroom and this like
Yeah,
a long
you
way
know,
to the
like,
bathroom.
yeah, like, weave around some tables.
Maybe
If you
if
hear
you're,
anything, tie your shoe or fix your
Yeah.
dress.
or if they have an open seat, ask if you could sit with them.
Yeah, if it's good information.
Isadora takes a swig of her mead that she's drinking, and she's like, "Who's up first?"
I could try.
More sneaky than any of us.
It's true.
True.
I'll pretend I'm going to the loo and see if I overhear anything. So that's what Lux will do. She'll like squirm out of her seat, crawl underneath the table, and get back up like a child would to go to the loo, but is secretly trying to eavesdrop on people if there's anything about the shadowy person that they saw / Rook.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okey-dokey. Oh, I didn't set that up on my sheet. Shit. Hold it. I'm gonna roll a d20 in here and then add more mods.
If you hit um her there, it should be on there.
It should be okay. Oh, you're right. It should be.
Yeah,
I don't know if I added everything
it's
to it.
yeah.
That's the thing.
Just do your mods.
Hold it. We're gonna try this. All right. Did it add +7 to it?
No, but it's a
Okay. So it's
14.
14. Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead and show where she's going.
Yep. Hold tight. It's laggy. There we go. She's going. Hello. Please take myself. Oh fuck. I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna get angry. Okay. I'm guessing I'll lose like this way. Or is it that door?
So the bathrooms are the two doors you see that was right underneath the second level of where you guys were.
It's like over here.
There.
Okay. And she'll probably listen to these two tables right here.
Okay. So, from the first table, you see there are two male elves, a human female, and a female elf. They seem to be not from around Haven. They seem to be dressed more in their like where they're from, their cultural clothes and garbs. They are speaking in Elvish. Does she know Elvish?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they are talking about how tragic it is for a kingdom to lose their princess in such a public assassination. They talk about the um, chaos it would cause with the elven courts if someone were to be assassinated, things like that. But that's kind of all there seem to be talking about. Not much more. The other table is two orcs and a man, or a human dwarf, male dwarf, um, and they seem to be talking about how, uh, you know, word on the street is that Rook is the one who assassinated Snow to cause like an uprising or a coup or some type of civil war. How they're talking about how Rook doesn't agree with the queen, and if Snow just announced recently that she sides with the queen, that maybe that's the reason why she was assassinated. But the kind of word on the street is that it was Rook and Rook's men.
Okay. Lux will be very teary eyed because of what the elves said about, like, oh, like it was a terrible thing that Snow was dead in like all the civil war, so she feels she caused a war, an accident, and she's gonna run into the bathroom and like cry to herself. That's what she's doing
Okay.
before she returns to the table.
What was everyone else doing during that time?
Soren's going to be looking around the room to figure out where he wants to go. He's kind of like waiting to see if Lux is going to come back before he should get up and go wander around, but just kind of looking around the room.
Same, waiting for Lux to return, kind of keeping an eye on her, making sure nothing goes terribly wrong.
Okay. Um, so eventually Lux comes back after 10 minutes or so. And yeah.
Isadora finishes her drink. She's like, "Who wants another?"
I do.
Oh, you know I do, sister.
Okay.
And she's
What were
like
you
wiping
drinking,
her
Lux?
tears. I'm drinking rum.
Okay. All right. So rum. I know you like honey mead, brother.
I
Sybil.
No, nothing.
All right. Draco.
Bottle of wine, please.
Full bottle.
Please.
All right. And she gets up and she starts walking her way over here. And she walks slowly this way. Can she tell what they are talking about?
You can roll on perception. 22. Um, so as you're kind of walking by, just kind of trying to hear the overall conversations, you see two orc females and a female dwarf who seem to be drinking very heavily and in a rush of fun. They seem to be having a good time, not necessarily a somber tune, as they play some sort of card game, and you can just see bottles and mugs on their table. They are definitely here for a fun time.
She makes her way down the stairs and she goes up towards the bar, but she's going to go up towards this way so she can hear the different tables. Like, ooh, can I like these guys and maybe these guys?
Okay. So I'll keep your same perception check with the 22. But the this table here, the middle, kind of the middle table, they are um seem to be noblemen and noblewomen, perhaps from the Queen's Guard. They work in the castle, possibly, because they still kind of have their soldier kind of, not necessarily uniform, but kind of their garb. You can tell that they're a little bit more built up. They seem to be talking about the events of the the wedding, and how they were all mysteriously um, either told that they are not needed and to stay home, or they got horrible food poisoning. They heard some of their comrades have horrible food poisoning and could not attend the ceremony to be on guard. The other ones, up towards the stairs behind her, um, they are, excuse me, talking about the princesses and royalty all being in Haven. They're talking about how beautiful they looked, who's their designer, who's their maker. Oh, did you see Princess Adeline? She's gorgeous. Like, you can kind of tell that this is probably a gay man and his friends, his girlfriends, all kind of gossiping about the best dressed and that thing at the wedding. As for the people at the bar, you see a male dwarf, female dwarf, and a male orc sitting. The male orc has basically a barrel of alcohol, and he's talking loudly to the dwarves, saying things like, you know, "Oh, that's Snow White. I just love her. And what she's done for the dwarves in this country is just absolutely fantastic. Like, snow for the dwarves." And that you can kind of tell that maybe the dwarves are a couple or married or some sort, as they're kind of just like, yeah, like just kind of like nodding their heads, but they keep like exchanging looks at each other. Um, just very kind of like, maybe we're gonna get a drinks and go find a table type of thing. And eventually the elf bartender does, and the dwarves find a table on the other side, as the orc continues drinking his barrel of booze, and the elven bartender steps up and says, "Well, hi there. What can I get for you? Your
Hi.
usual, or would you like to try one of our new things?"
Uh, I'll take the usual. Well, actually, everyone at the table usually. Uh, rum for Lux, and two meads, a bottle of wine.
All right. So what I can do for you is I have some no blood rum. I can do that. As for the meat, we are, and he like looks over at the orc. And he like whispers, "Out of meat." He kind of purchased our last barrel. But I do have a smoky honeydew porter, a crawling moss cider. We did just get in this dancing fey dark beer, as well as you said you needed a bottle of wine.
Hmm.
All I have. What do you want? Red, white.
He didn't specify. Give him a red.
All I have is King's Rebuke Red. Is that going to be okay?
He didn't I don't know. Sure.
Oh, all right, I can do that. No Blood Rum, King's Rebuke Red, and then what do you want for the other drinks?
Let's try that cider for both of us.
The Crawling Moss Cider.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the wine is 4, the No Blood Rum is 2, and the ciders are 1 each.
All right, and so that makes 8, right? Yeah.
Kind of.
And she gives the gold coin. She's like, while she's waiting for him to get everything ready, she kind of leans over on the bar. She's like, "How's everyone's mood tonight?"
So Gillian, which is the name of the bartender, as he's kind of, preparing your drinks, kind of going underneath the bar. "Well, it's been somber, that's for sure. Although um, it's a little more lively than normal, but I also think that's because of the influx of people in the city. Um, it is terrible. Um, People are saying that her dress turned red and she fell and collapsed to the floor, and the queen cast some major spells."
We were there. It
Oh,
was
you were?
It
Oh.
was absolutely horrible to witness. I'm surprised some people are lively, but I guess they have, no feelings towards the royal family.
Well, I mean, as you know, after Snow White's public approval of Queen Evelyn, it's caused a rift. With this Rook person gaining more and more followers, I'd say it's quite interesting times we're living in. I hope we're not on the brink of a civil war.
Me too. If you hear anything, something that worries you, let us know.
Of course, I appreciate it. All right, Izzy, I've got your drinks. Would you like me to take it over, or you got it?
I got it.
Alrighty. Well, if you need anything, I'll be here.
Thanks. And she grabs and walks everything by and doop-a-doop-a-doop. And
So she's holding how many drinks? 4, 3, and a bottle of wine?
Yeah.
Without a tray?
she got this.
Should two?
Cover her
It's
mouth.
just ciders, you put them
Yeah.
Okay.
Grab them both here.
in,
Yeah.
in the fingers.
Way back. Here you guys go. Draco, he asked me a bunch of questions about wine that I know nothing about. Just enjoy your drink.
You're muted.
Draco would immediately just pop off the top and just start downing it, and he'll stop and be like, delicious, and just keep going.
Soren's
Lux will
going
take
to.
her- Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I said Lux is going to take her and kind of drink half of it and then go back to like leaning into Draco's shoulder, like sniffling a little bit. Like, I don't want to cause a war.
So, I learned a little bit while I was over there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's a bunch of guards, I think. It sounded like almost all of their force was either told not to be there, that they weren't needed, or they got sick, like food poisoning. But I thought we stopped the food poisoning.
Well, we stopped one shipment. Doesn't mean there wasn't another one that went through already.
That's true.
And
But
to
who
be
told them
fair,
to not be there?
Rook, I mean, Rook's forces were inside. Don't you remember after snow fell, all the people who were guards all threw off and tried to attack the queen, who then incinerated everyone?
That was really planned. They planned
So
it.
clearly they had guards that were in on it and either paid people or got rid of everyone. Who we need to talk to is the what's his name? The night guy.
Oh, the captain?
Yeah.
General Redspire.
That one. I stopped myself. I thought.
I mean, you have had almost, what, a half a bottle of wine?
Listen, and I feel Lux, you shouldn't have had to go through that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Uncle Eliot's not dead, at least. I mean, that's important. I'd be very sad if he was dead.
But does that mean they suspect you?
No. If they suspected her, they would have already grabbed her by now. In sense, not that she did it herself because the wand acted, it would be killing Snow. I mean, like, that's a queen? Is Snow a queen or is she a princess?
Princess.
Killing a
Should I
princess.
not be here, that means? What if they do
No.
suspect me?
Stop. Lux, they would have
She's
taken
freaking
you by
out.
now. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Most likely, because the wand flew off of you and landed in the middle of the thing, they probably grabbed his wand and they're probably talking to Eliot about it right now. And Eliot knows his way out of situations.
He won't be mad, you don't think, right?
No.
No.
Again, you didn't really do anything, Lux. The wand acted on its own.
Oh no. Will he believe that? She's like
Yes,
panic mode.
it's his wand. He probably knows how it works. He knows that it works without like necessarily needing someone to cast it. It protected him. It's his wand.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, that sounds great.
Draco just like side hugging her and like consoling her.
So, at this time that you're all kind of drinking in reverie, you hear footsteps come up the stairs and down the balcony way, and you see that Princess Adeline has come in. You see that she's changed into traveling dress and robe. She's not wearing any like jewelry or anything like that. But as she approaches the table, she sees Lux leaning on Draco's shoulder, and
Jesus.
she like gives him like a look,
Or glare.
and and she's like, "Oh, hello all. I just wanted to come by and say thank you very much for letting me stay at the Firehouse these past few days. Um, Obviously, under circumstances, I would be here longer, but my parents and I, we are headed back to Oridon this evening, and I wanted to say goodbye before we left."
Draco will drop the bottle of wine and it'll shatter on the ground as he stands up and like runs over to her and hugs her. Be like, you're leaving? Why?
Mother and father agree that it's probably safer we get back on the road this evening and back to our own kingdom. We want to stop the word of Princess Snow's horrible assassination and before it exhumes terror in our own kingdom.
How many guards are gonna be with you guys tonight? I need to go with you. I need to make sure you guys are protected.
Draco, you know Mom and Dad don't want you around.
I will wear a disguise. I don't care. I need to make sure you are protected. Who knows what's gonna be out on the roads after this? Rook might have more people around, waiting for people, high priority people to be leaving to plan more assassinations.
Well, they said that the normal guard who came with us will be here, but we obviously couldn't get anyone else. Not in this time.
I don't, I don't know. Again, we all thought everyone at the wedding was normal, and they were all Rook's people.
What?
They were there for the assassination. It was planned.
I didn't see much. After Snow was. Oh, after Snow was you know what. Mother and father and I ran.
Yes, all the guards that were in that castle were all evil, working for Rook.
That's terrible.
I need you to go back to your parents and let them know to either double guards or to figure out another way home because I do not want anything to happen to you and your parents, even if they hate me. I need you all to get home safe.
You're right. Uh, I will do my best to know, but if they ask how I found this information, I cannot lie to them. You know this.
Don't say it was for me. Say that you ran into Soren and Soren told you.
Hey, that's what I'm here for, you know. Just Soren's gonna like take a big long gulp of cider. It's very
Or
nice to
Lux.
see
I
you
mean,
tonight.
Lux is connected to Eliot and he's a high standing person. They'll listen to reason through him. You don't have to necessarily say it was me.
All right. Well, I don't like lying to them, Draco.
I know, but you're telling them the truth of what happened, and they need to be protected. And if it needs to come at the cost of saying a white lie of that it was one of them and not me, because they could have said it too,
Okay.
then it, your protection comes first. I need to make sure you guys are safe. I love you, and he'll kiss her on the cheek.
I love you too.
Hey, Adelaide.
Who's Adelaide?
Wait, what is her name?
Adeline.
Adeline. I'm so sorry. Adeline. So those guards over there, they told me that they were either poisoned or told not to come. So now he didn't tell you, I did.
True.
All right. I suppose you're right. But I wish this wasn't goodbye.
Me too, my love.
Okay. Well, I'll see you in your dreams.
And I and yours.
And she gives a curtsy to the rest of you guys, but still kind of glares at Lux.
Lux doesn't
And
really care. She's just like, she goes back to the table and starts crying again.
Isadora's mocking kissing, and then she drinks.
Lux slams her head off the table.
I was hoping that she'd know a little more than seems like she does.
Apparently, her and her family ran out. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. I mean, of course they'll protect themselves.
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense. I was just hoping she might have heard some scuttlebutt somewhere, but
Maybe we
Scuttlebutt.
should go to Red Spire.
I love my girlfriend. I hate royalty.
you're
Self-preference.
quite the complicated guy, aren't you?
I don't like my mother either. What do you, I mean?
Do you like
Seems
only
like you need another drink.
Adeline?
Who? What?
Do you like only Adeline?
Yeah. I hate royalty.
What time is it? Are we like burning the wee hours of the night here?
Time
yes,
for you to
I'm
get.
glad you mentioned something because most of the patrons by this time have started to kind of dwindle. As yes, the wee hours of the evening have come in. Um, Still a couple here and there, but it's definitely um, gone down in size.
Draco will clean up the mess he made by dropping a bottle of wine and making a giant spill, and bring the glass shards over to the bartender and apologize.
Maybe we should ask more guards about who gave their order to like stay and stuff like that. That might be an idea. I know we might not be able to tonight, but maybe early tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
And we could talk to Red Spire in the morning.
I think that's a good idea, Lux. I think we all need some rest.
We got some decent intel tonight.
Red Spire in the morning, and then, or maybe, do you guys want to go do Red Spire? Me and Lux can go talk to Eliot, or do you want to all go to Red Spire together?
Maybe we shouldn't split up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I feel like last time. Well, never mind. Never mind.
Rook could be anywhere. We need to all be together just in case each other she would have lost because it wouldn't be any news.
But
Anybody
Draco immediately just hug Lux again.
I think it's
Mid spiral.
time to. It's time to go home, guys.
Let's go back to the firehouse.
Tab's paid for. Let's go.
All right. So, does Sybil want to do anything before we leave?
I don't think so. I had an idea, but I think I'm going to hold out for right now.
Okay, sure. Alrighty. So, as you know, the 2 a.m. walking home drunkies, kind of somber in thoughts, you eventually get to the firehouse. It is obviously early in the morning, the wee hours, as Soren said. Go ahead and pop y'all in here real quick. There you go. So, like I said, this is the front door right there. And then there's stairs and stuff like that. But you kind of come home to the firehouse. Sleepy, but a little nervous, on edge.
I really like this because it feels like we're playing with dolls together. The real doll.
Right.
Washable over here. Oh, I'll take a seat in the recliner. Pick up a book. And watch Draco as he comes in. Because I feel like he's acting a little weird.
Okay, Draco is in the kitchen.
Pouring himself a glass of wine.
You're having another drink?
Watching me?
I'm not judging. No, I just. Are you okay? I didn't. I mean, I knew Lux would be pretty distressed after everything that happened, but you seem really shaken.
Not shaking, more just concerned. I mean, to pull off a murder and treason of that multitude without anyone knowing in the castle, like not even a whisper. Like the most we knew was that they may have poisoned the treats, and even then, we thought we stopped that. To pull that
Lux,
off is terrifying, in a sense.
I guess, but we'll find him. We're gonna ask
Will we?
around.
I
Yeah.
mean, again, like who knows anything? If all of them were poisoned, and
Draco, are you back in the living room?
Yeah, are we yelling this right now? Are you guys
I mean,
yelling?
until this point, yes, Drake will be walking back in as this conversation is going on. But yes, he's been yelling this. Like, as of right now, all we know is that guards were poisoned or told not to be there, and Eliot's wand changed the direction of the arrow from Eliot to Snow,
Right.
which is even
So
more bizarre because why kill Eliot? Because everything we've been seeing has been either towards Snow or uh, Queen Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Nothing
right.
towards Eliot or any of the keepers. So why all of a sudden?
Everyone roll a wisdom check.
Yes.
Nice.
Wisdom.
Oh,
Wisdom.
Nice.
A
No add
two.
modifiers to that.
Um.
Oh, we're rolling on the.
Do we have to?
I would
yes.
prefer it. Yes, if other people are, everyone should.
Oh, how do I? I'm sorry. How do I add again? Add
You have
to.
to change your formula.
Okay. Um.
It's okay. Just you can. Let's see.
Well,
Mine
I
would
got
be
a
6.
edit plus
Alrighty.
3.
I would say that Sybil definitely had the highest. And Sybil, you start to think about like who Elliot was near, who he was by, the trajectory of the arrow, and it finally dawns on you. Elliot and Evelyn were standing very close next to each other as Elliot was holding on to Evelyn for support. That arrow could have just as easily been meant for Evelyn too.
Yeah. There's really no saying that they were trying to assassinate Eliot. If you think about it, they could
Yeah,
have
but
been for the queen.
why would his wand, unless Lux actually casted a spell and does not remember it, why would his wand react to it hitting Evelyn?
Ooh, what if I just reacted because there was an arrow headed towards any of them?
That's
I
true.
mean, do you have that kind of senses, Lux, to react that fast to an arrow?
I don't know. It could be Spider
Because
Man.
I didn't even see the arrow until it hit Snow.
Maybe it was a failsafe in his wand to protect anything
Like
from
like an
him.
area
Like a
around him,
force
maybe.
field. Maybe.
Draco,
Maybe it was his
roll
wand.
a deception check.
I saw that coming. I was waiting for you to say that. Oh, that's a 10.
Okay. Um,
Add all this. Add all this.
Sybil, roll insight. Yeah?
Alrighty then.
No, I don't think I
That
did
first
that.
one was a 2.
Hold on a second.
She's
What do you
very
mean?
insightful.
Wow.
She knows.
1d20,
Take
please.
that.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I understand. Okay, hold on. Third time's the charm, guys. Bear with me. All right, this is the one. Nat 20.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, you, like, because you and Draco have a very skeptical relationship, you're always kind of not necessarily waiting for Draco's fall because he has really truly done pretty valiant things, especially for your friend Lux. But you've started to pick up on his mannerisms, and you know whenever he fidgets his pinky on his right hand, the one with a ring on it, he's lying.
She won't say anything at this time in front of everybody. She'll wait. But she notes that.
Sybil will notice this.
Well, I don't know who the fuck is behind this,
Mm.
but I'm tired as pig wallowing in the mud. Think I'm
But I
gonna hit the bed.
I do think you're right, Sybil. It could have been Evelyn too, because they were close. Maybe, and
We
that's who everybody's against right now. I mean, Rook doesn't like Evie.
won't know more until we really know more. And, we have to ask around and do some investigating, and don't keep yourself up all night thinking about it. There's no reason to worry if we don't have all the information.
That's true.
You need your rest, Lux. You'll be okay.
And she'll help
We all need our
Sybil.
rest.
All right, you guys go upstairs.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, I'm assuming, yeah, you guys can each go to your go to your room.
Okay, Mom.
I hope you guys like your rooms.
I love it.
I keep accidentally making my face bigger.
I love it. So
Sybil will stop Draco on his way to his room in the hall. Now that everyone else is tucked in. This is
Okay.
hilarious. Hey,
What?
Let me.
Is this hers?
There you go.
hey,
What's up?
Yes, that's Sybil's or Lux's. Sorry.
not to be forward or anything, but I think you're full of shit.
About what?
Everything you were saying in the living room.
About the fact that I'm shaken up?
No, I just think that you know something that you're not letting on. And I don't know. You got that. You got a bit of a tell. I just can tell you're lying.
Specifically, when he said, "I didn't see the arrow," or "I didn't see that happen." That is when you knew that he was lying.
If I. Are you going to bed now, or are you going to stay up for a little bit?
I barely sleep. Why?
I have so much to unpack, and I don't know who to trust.
I know that we haven't really been super close, but you can trust me. If you need to say something, you can trust me to keep it between the two of us, but I think you saw something. I think you know something. And
Well, it's going to be a lot. It's a lot to handle, and you're not going to believe me. You're not going to trust me. You may just say you think I'm evil, and you might just walk away, or you might think I'm crazy, and I need to go to a psych hospital. I don't know,
well,
but there's a lot. that I have to deal with now mentally.
If it makes you feel more reassured, I've already had those thoughts about you, and I am still here. And I don't really think that about you anymore. I do trust you for the most
All right,
part.
let's go to my room then. I don't want anyone else to hear this.
Yeah, just tell me what you need to tell me, and I'll absorb it, and then I will
We can talk about it more on a different day if we need to.
keep it to myself, I guess. Okay.
And Draco will go through every detail that happened after
You're in his room.
I was like, where's his bedroom?
the one with the giant red bed.
She's gonna sit on. No, she's not. She's gonna sit on the couch.
Go through every single detail of what happened after the first murder of Snow. The fact that Lux and Isadora both disappeared, and then we met up with them after we met these two new people, Amara and I can't remember Lux's other girl.
I don't remember either.
And all the encounters through there, going to get the Queen Snow's heart from the old evil Queen's castle, coming back on the chariot, Isadora going back to her family, and going out to Eliot, and Eliot sending us into Underland, and going through all the details of that, and fighting Mim, and then getting cast back into time, and fighting Mim again, while also trying to hide from your parents and everything. Leaving out little bits of details like the threesome, and but he'll go all the way through into the end of time when we were at Chronos' lair and everything that happened there, and the fact that I talked through Chronos and he gave me the task to kill Eliot, and he sent me back in time to where Eliot was just a boy, and my arrow was drawn, and I put the bow down, and I went and I chatted with him and told him all these stories, to which then I think I gave him hope, or he took some magical essence out of me into him, and then it put me back into right before Snow's assassination this time, and with a note that said, take the mask, take the robe, don't worry, she'll protect him. And I had to shoot Eliot, and I pulled the string and I shot at Eliot, to which then his wand saved him and killed Snow.
At this time, the outside door, the fire escape kind of door that leads up to your room, bursts open. And Adeline, she goes, "Oh, I meant to give my key back." And she looks over, and Sybil is in his room at 3:30 in the morning. And she walks over
Damn
and
it.
hands him the key and looks over at Sybil, and she goes, "Sybil,
Yeah.
do you mind if I speak to my boyfriend?"
This is actually not the best time for you to be interrupting.
Oh, my apologies. She goes back over to the door, and she looks at Draco.
I'm not sleeping with anyone, I promise. We were just having a conversation about the events that happened today at Snow's castle after you ran out and Snow was assassinated.
Sleeping with God, no. Ew, no. No, no. You do not need to worry about that.
So is it thugs?
No, I'm not sleeping with anyone besides you.
Draco, your right pinky is twitching.
It is.
I'm not sleeping with anyone besides you.
He.
I'm so. What do you want from me? Do you want me to go get Lux?
No. Quite honestly, I wanted it just to be the two of us in the room before I leave. But it sounds like you have prior commitments.
We sat down and we started talking about the events of today.
You start talking, and then you start cuddling, and there's a massage, and the next thing you know...
She's sitting on the couch,
No,
I'm sitting on the
no,
bed, and she hates me, and I don't like her.
rude.
She's very rude.
We'll come back to that, but
You know what, Draco? Have them both. If you ever come back to Oridon, good luck. And she leaves, slamming the door shut. And you hear her stomping down the fire escape. And then you hear the pickup of carriages and shouting as horses draw off in the distance down the street.
You'll see fire shoot through Draco's eyes, and he'll just like be shaking, and he'll just throw his hand over, and flames will take up half of the room
Okay.
as
And
he
green hellfire flames, just like your mother. Like, just
yep.
absolute cackling of fire, crackling fire, green fire energy. Sybil, it's hot and vampires burn.
she stands up. Uh, is there a way for her to approach Draco, like from beside or from behind, in a way that she's not in the path of his flame, and like try to soothe him? Can she approach him without getting burned, or does she just need to get out?
No, the fire doesn't burn forever. It's just a magical fire.
I figured the building would be like, hey, fire, fire sprinklers.
So it just kind of like, it still was a little terrifying to see that, because you've only heard of green hellfire by two people, and one of them is extremely bad, and the other one was thought to be bad at one time. So green hellfire is not to be messed with.
She will approach Draco, though. She will approach him and just touch his upper arm gently. Are
And
you okay? Do you need anything right now?
you'll see for the first time that I think this Sybil has seen, a tear form in his eye and fall down and then burn up as it reaches his lip and like up into smoke. And he'll say, I need time. And he'll walk out to the window. Can he see up onto like the top of the firehouse?
Yeah.
He'll just disappear on top of the firehouse with Misty Step.
Okay.
Well, that's a lot to process by myself. I guess I'll go to my room.
Okay.
Think that over a few times.
Okay. I'll put her in her bed.
Yeah, I want my bedroom.
Yeah. All right. Anybody want to do anything before the following morning? No. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, as the sun will rise, the morning comes within a few short hours. Does anyone get up early? What is everyone's kind of morning routine? We'll start at Soren.
Soren would have gotten up early. He's gonna go out to the gardens
Okay.
and tend to them. Just spend some time out there.
Oh,
Maybe,
nature.
yeah, maybe like I don't know, reading some kind of horticulture book, brushing
Okay.
up on things. Just kind of waiting for others to get up and enjoying his peaceful time.
Yeah. You roll a nature check.
Ooh, yes, I would love to. I fixed my thing, so nature. 15.
Alrighty. So with that roll, until your next long rest, you're gonna add 2 to any nature roll.
Ah, hell yeah.
As you spend your time in the gardens, kind of tending to the plants, taking care of them, watering them, um, you just kind of are in touch with the your druidism and the plants. Let's do Izzy next.
Izzy is up at the crack of dawn because I feel like werewolves don't really get hangovers that often unless they really overdo it. So she is up early. She made tea and coffee. It's on the counter in the stove. And she drank a cup and she's out in the yard in the little like garage area.
Okay.
And she's just doing some very mild warm ups
Okay.
and like boxing over here.
All right. Roll an athletics check.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, just kind of a nice warm little pump up. You are ready for the day. Um, for the next time you enter initiative, you cannot have the surprised reaction. We will move to. We'll go across the hall at Lux.
So Lux, she's gonna go outside and she's gonna hide like around those bushes towards the back, I think.
Where?
She's going to hide like around the the bushes. Hold tight. It's lagging, so I can't move.
You're fine. The bushes in the front or on the side yard where Soren is?
Which is the front? Like this way or
So
downstage?
where? Yeah, downstage is where the back is. Upstage is the front. So, here I'll just put a token here. This is the front. These are like the front steps that kind of enter the little courtyard area, and this is the front door.
Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to make myself big. She's gonna be behind the house then, like probably like over here where these like boxes are.
Okay.
Hiding behind these boxes, and she's gonna be writing in her journal about like her feelings and like, questions that she wants to ask Red Spire if she gets a chance, or Uncle Eliot.
Okay.
Like it's mostly just like who, why, what.
Okay. Sure.
So
Let's do Sybil.
How hungry is Sybil? Thirsty. Since we went back in time, I don't know how you want to do that.
We'll say that yeah, she is. Well, roll your D100.
Oh, that's a good idea. Should I just roll 5D? Oh, there is a D100. Perfect. 22.
So she's at 22% in control. So she's hungry. Now at the firehouse, you do have bud bugs stored for you. Like you're not without supply here right now, but as you use your supply, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She'll go out and go hunting, and she'll try to go before anybody else wakes up. She'll go out, and she might pass by Izzy on her way. I don't see where Izzy is.
She's down in the yard. She just early in the morning she had a cuppa.
Yeah, I know she's in the training yard. I met her little icon. Yeah, so she'll go out by the training yard. Oh, what's happening? And go see.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And go see Izzy in the morning.
Okay. Let me make it just a tad bigger. There we go.
Where are you off to?
Just going to get breakfast.
Breakfast or breakfast?
Breakfast. The only breakfast I would probably ever eat. What are you doing?
Just doing a mild warm up. We don't know what we're gonna have today, so that's maybe a good idea that you do what you gotta do, but be careful. Sun's up.
I know. I wanted to go out earlier, but it was last night was just a little awkward. It was just a little awkward. Yeah, but that's okay.
Awkward. I mean, it was sad in the tavern.
Yeah, I think if you see Draco, just maybe be nice to him today.
Why, is he okay?
I don't know. I'm gonna go for a walk. After this whole assassination thing is behind us, do you think we could go to Thunder Mesa?
I mean, I don't see why not, but it's hard to see where we're gonna go from here. Maybe
Oh,
when we get when we have the option to choose and the kingdom isn't crumbling. But hey, I'll take
um,
the walk with you.
yeah, that's okay. I'm kind of trying to clear my head of some stuff. Yeah, okay. You still want to go see Red Spire?
Yeah, that's the plan, to see Red Spire later, but I don't think everybody's up yet. I know Soren's started, but I don't know about
Right.
Rico.
Yeah. Maybe you should just go check on him while I'm gone.
Me?
I don't know. I just think he could use a friend. And Lux is an emotional mess, and I think Soren is sleeping in and also quite blunt. Um, so are you. You guys both. Not the gentlest delivery, but yeah,
It's,
go check on him.
yeah, our father was a little blunt. Got that from him. But yeah, I'll bring him some coffee.
I think that would be good. I'll be back in like an hour.
All right, don't get caught.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
All right, and then what is Drake up to this this day?
Draco's still on the roof. Around him is just singed, burned areas of flame and fire.
As you wake up, like as soon as you wake up, you see a little bluebird, like just kind of just nestled next to you, like not necessarily next to you, but just like on the roof. And then as soon as you like start to like move and wake up, it just flies away gently. But what was he doing?
Angrily, he will shoot off an eldritch blast towards the bluebird, not at it, not to hit it. Like he's like purposely missing it, but like anger like coursing through his veins right now. An eldritch blast will just fly off into the distance, up into the sky.
As you get ready to go inside, you do see that.
What the? And she quickly goes to the kitchen. She makes a nothing special, just a black cup of coffee, and she sees that someone's shooting off towards the roof, and she makes her way to the roof.
There you go. I love this quest thing.
Isn't it amazing?
So fun. It's exciting.
Yeah, but okay. So you climb up, and you see Draco.
I come in peace, and she holds the cup of coffee above her head, knowing that he shot a bird, or attempted to shoot a bird.
As soon as that door swings open, his staff will point straight at you, and then see it's you, and immediately like point it down. Like like immediately, like not like wait a second or anything like that. Like as soon as you're like, I see it's Isadora, it's down on the ground, and he'll. I'm sorry, a lot of emotions right now.
This what happens with emotions, and she looks around about like the burnt asphalt around them and the tiles and stuff that are on the roof.
You
And
should
she
see my
walks.
room.
Oh, I don't think I do. Uh, and she walks over and she offers. She holds out the cup of coffee to him.
He'll grab the cup of coffee, like a little like curtsy bow, thank you, and then he'll take out a flask and pour some alcohol into it, and then immediately shoot down the entire thing.
Do you want to talk about it, or do you just want to roast things more?
There's so much, so much, so much, so much.
I mean, we'll figure out what happened. I mean, we're pretty good. I mean, I'm not that all
You
that
don't
smart.
understand. You don't get it.
I don't. I mean, none of us do. What don't I get?
Just go. Evelyn left me last night, and she said if I ever go to Aderon again, I'm going to have to be careful because I'm not welcome there anymore. That is the most recent thing that
What?
no one understands.
Why? Why would she do that? When did this happen? We saw her at the tavern.
At 3 a.m.,
She came back to the firehouse.
to deliver her key, there was a conversation that happened, and she left, and that was her parting words as she stomped away. I scorched half of my room afterwards, and then teleported up here to get some peace and quiet.
Now this makes more sense. I thought you were going off about what happened, which I understand we can be emotional about, but damn. I'm sorry.
I apologize for my outburst towards you. It is not your fault. It is not your problem. I apologize.
I accept it. We can move forward from this. But you need to simmer. And I'm saying that in the nicest way. Because we gotta go out and do important shit today.
I will
Maybe
hold myself together. I am getting it all out now.
a bath would help. You know, lower your core temperature down a bit. You're a little spicy. I mean that in the nicest way, alright? I'm just trying to help.
Draco will, after like taking a deep breath in, will chuckle. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps you're right. I will go freshen up and I will meet everyone downstairs.
That's all we could ask for.
And he'll go and take an immediately extremely hot shower.
Wrong. Wrong instructions. I said bath.
Or extremely hot bath. I mean, either way, it's going to be extremely hot.
Okie dokie. All right, so probably at this time, everyone is done with their obligations. Put that back on for you. So sorry for the largeness. I'll just go ahead and do that for you. Sometimes I don't know where everyone went. Okay, there you go. So this time, Sybil is back. Soren's back from the gardens. Draco and Isadora have had their little conversation, and Lux, you finished filling out your little journal with questions. You all meet in the courtyard, and you're getting ready to discuss what your next step. General Red Spire or going to see Eliot?
Well, we all agreed to General Redspire, but I really think we need to see Eliot as soon as we can, especially after what Lux told us.
Actually, Soren, I think I would like to change my mind. I think we need to talk to Elliot, and she'll kind of just meet eyes with Draco very briefly. Kind of a, you good? Look.
Soren will notice that Draco doesn't seem himself, but he won't say anything to him.
Draco came down wearing a fine suit, looking very well put together,
Oh,
like completely 180 of last night, like a 360 from what Isadora and Sybil both saw last night and this morning.
would Soren notice it then?
Clean shaven. You'll see Soren meeting Draco's eyes, and Draco probably like averting his, because it wouldn't be like subtle. I'm
Lux is gonna
fine to do whatever we need to do, whether it be go to Red Spire or go talk to Eliot. Either one will be fine by me.
I agree we should go speak to Red Spire, but Elliot might be more important given what we know about Lux.
Lux, you're gonna
shakes
be
her very
okay.
nervously.
Nothing will ever happen to you, I promise.
She's
What would
like,
happen to
okay.
Lux? What are you talking about?
What if they arrest me?
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay, I'll just be really
Eliot will
quiet. I
never
won't
let
say
that
shit.
happen. Don't worry.
What if Elliot arrests me? He is the guardian.
Lux, you didn't do anything wrong. Can you explain what happened? Did you do it?
Baby.
No, you did not.
Okay.
I just don't believe it.
Lux, just
Let's
stay
see,
next to me.
Elliot.
So we're all in agreement that we all need to go see Eliot then?
Let's go talk to Eliot first.
Yeah.
Then we'll go to Red Spire afterwards.
Alrighty, so let's see here. Through the streets of Haven, you maneuver your way, kind of noticing the somberness of the city as people are in a mourning state for their princess. But eventually, you get to the um, magisterium, and eventually find your way there. The magisterium seems to be a little bit of an uproar or a busyness to it. Everyone is quickly walking or moving or doing something. But eventually, you come to Eliot's doors, which are opened, and you see him on the inside, at his desk, looking over some papers. He looks up and he says, "Ah, come on in."
Lux is hiding behind Draco.
Soren will walk in, find a place to sit down, make himself comfy.
Sybil will come in and take a seat as well.
Eliot, is this area soundproof? Can anyone outside of any of us hear what's happening in here?
I can assure you that I've warded this place to hell. We should be all right. Is everything okay?
There's a lot to unpack through me, but more importantly, right now, we need to discuss what happened with Snow.
I was worried you would have something to do with this.
I Your wand is what changed the course of the arrow into snow.
She
And
nudges Draco.
Lux was the one that was holding it at the time. She did not knowingly do anything, but it did protect you.
Draco. Draco, you should tell them.
Tell them what?
Whatever you can.
You'll see like Draco like twitch like as he like battles himself internally of whether to discuss any more of what he's already said out loud.
Draco, what is she talking about? There's more than what happened last night?
You'll be alright, Draco.
What happened last night?
The people
We
you're
all went out to the tavern.
Soren.
And Draco will look directly into Eliot's eyes and start explaining everything that he explained to Sybil out loud, going through every little detail from them looking into Eliot being confused, sending us down to find the fairy godmother, or the castle first, and then him being accused, and then sending us down to find the fairy godmother, and then all through the excruciating details of going in the under, finding Mim, getting sent back in time, going into the end of time, talking with Chronos, having to kill him as a kid, but didn't kill him, talked to him, and then had to kill him before Snow for this timeline, firing the arrow, which then Lux changed the course of into Snow.
Eliot listens intently, and he stands up and he walks around the desk and looks directly at Draco, stands right in front of him. And he extends his arms for a hug.
Draco would give him a hug and probably start sobbing. Like heavily.
Eliot, just kind of pulls into his shoulder and just pats his head and says, "Just it's okay, let it out, dear boy." He looks at you all as well, and he looks over at Lux, who is obviously looking very guilty. Soren, who just had the revelation of a lifetime, of everything that happened, and after Draco finishes, Eliot sits him down in the chair, and Eliot leans up against his desk, and he says, "You've been through a lot. Um, Welcome to the timeline universe. Not However, a couple things you mentioned that are very important. The first one being Mim.
Yes,
She
she
was
has fairy godmother. Or she had fairy godmother, and she had a device from Chronos's thing. I don't know how she got the device, but we fought her two sisters and then found her, and she already had fairy godmother trapped and her wand, and then sent us back in time to, I can't remember the exact event, but and then she had you as a younger version of yourself, and then tried to kill my mother, and then got the powered up wand, and we didn't know what to do. So we spun it, and it broke the machine, but sent us to Chronos.
oh Chronos. He and I have a very assorted past. Am I his friend or am I his foe? I can never guess. Um, so I'm sure down through this timeline thing, it's strange to hear that I am also Merlin. Yeah, was kind of weird when I figured that out too. Um, but basically, Merlin is not necessarily a singular person. They are actually Chronos's fixer, if you will, an undoer, if you will. Um, so it's always my job to fix the timelines that are going awry. With you choosing not to kill me, I think Chronos, you validated yourself in Chronos's eye. Um, what does concern me too is the wand. Um, I do not have mine, and it was lost. They found it, and I actually will have to take care of some business. If you will, on the next three entitled. But priority number one is the min business. I will gather a team uh, to head to the under and check on things there. That's very important. Um,
Most importantly, do not attack her sisters because she used their powers to, I think, upgrade the wand or get it ready to go or the time machine, and that's what caused a bunch of chaos.
I see.
So you'd have to go straight to her.
Well, the good news is that um, we shouldn't have to worry about the Hourglass Coven if Mim is still frozen. Fairy Godmother just was here this morning, so she was not frozen, at least yet, according to the timeline you were from. Um, which brings me to my next note. Um, the conjoining of timelines. So, Draco, you're an anomaly right now, um, and anomalies are meant to be eradicated. Um, that's my job.
Draco would look up into his eyes, tears still like coming down and burning off, and say, "Kill me, please."
I'm
Lux will
not
probably
going.
say no.
I'm not going to kill you. Uh, it's just you have taken place of the Draco from this timeline. You, Draco, exist on a different timeline where things are a little different. So I'm going to keep you safe. All of your memories and everything, it's the same here. But we just have to worry about Chronos now.
But Chronos sent me here, didn't he?
Yes, but see, that's the friend or foe thing. He knew you coming here would make me have to do my job. So, the good news. The good news. I mean, you technically have two choices here. I have the ability to send you back to your timeline, but everything in your timeline would be as you remember, and the Draco would return to this timeline. Or I keep you here protected, um, which I can. That's again my job. So we just don't do anything too high level pressure, summoning gods, that type of thing. Try to lay low for a little bit. And the other thing, I am truly sorry to hear about your relationship with Princess Adeline. That is,
As soon as he brings that up, flames erupt in his eyes, and he immediately calm back down. But like burns bright for a second, calms back down. Tender subject.
ah, yes, young love. Quite understand. Um, your story is not over yet. Do not give up. um, I have faith in you that things will work out. But next subject. Is everyone okay? I mean, learning this is probably quite interesting.
Well, I'll be the first to say I'm a little lost, to be honest with you. But I'm sorry to hear about you and your girl.
How about we divert to another subject? We'll save that for another time. Thank you, Soren, for your wise words.
Anytime.
The whole time?
The whole time. All right. Well, if
You
there's
were
nothing,
saying you shot Uncle Eliot, and then I had to use the wand to save Uncle Eliot. Are we both going to be arrested?
Oh my God, Lux, no. Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
no. The assassin had a mask and a cloak on. No one got a read on them. So you're good on that regard, Draco. And trust me, I can forgive you for having to do what you had to do.
But
Being
that means Rook get all the credit. And that gives him more of an edge over this incoming civil war.
and that is a another great subject. Um, Rook. Just be careful out there. We'll dive into Rook when it's time, but pay him no mind.
So, are you sending us all back to our timeline?
No, Soren, you are from this timeline. Everyone
Oh,
else is, except for technically Draco.
alright.
okay. Does that mean we're dead in the other timeline? And she looks
Mm,
at Draco. Like, did we die?
And you'll see Draco like avert his eye, but like you'll see a tear like actually run all the way down.
I didn't die because I wasn't with you guys.
Okay. Timey-wimey soup. Ugh. I don't like it.
Welcome to my world.
I don't know how
And
you
mine.
handle Uncle Elliot.
Yeah. So, anyways, if there's nothing else you need of me, feel free to come to my office anytime, but I will leave you to it. There's a lot that I have to figure out now and send this team to make sure Fairy Godmother's okay and check on Underland. Um,
What do you want us to do, though? I mean, obviously, Rook still has to be investigated because somehow Chronos brought uh, him to shoot you, but still Rook's people were there. What do you want us to do? We're not just gonna sit around the firehouse.
I didn't say do that.
Okay, good.
And why do they want you dead? Or do they want Evelyn dead?
I'm glad you thought about that. I've also come to deduce that could have been it. Evelyn had stepped towards me when everything happened. She seemed like she was about to faint, so I grabbed onto her for support, if you will. Obviously, there's about a million and one reasons we could come up with having Evelyn's head being one is served on a platter, but the only thing that I could think of for me is um, magical chaos.
Magical chaos. That doesn't
So
sound
we
fun.
should still talk to Red Spire?
Uh,
I mean, I don't see a harm in it.
just be careful. Going to the castle right now is a little bit of on lockdown.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should find magical chaos and snuff it out. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we can go around and look for chaos. I
Well,
mean,
maybe we
the
should
school is having
look for
some
that.
chaotic instances, shouldn't it be?
You have the world at your oyster now. I have nothing for you.
We should look for that lady that we keep seeing. The assassin. Try to
I'd be
find her
down to
though.
do that.
Or Sybil mentioned going to Thunder Mesa.
Oh,
Oh.
Eliot, doesn't sound like you want us to go after Rook just yet.
I am trying to keep tensions as low as possible. You guys meddling into Rook's business would poke some holes in that. You aren't low lives anymore. You're kind of high profile. You are esteemed members of the Keepers. People know who you are.
Okay. So the
I've
Thunder
never
Mesa
been.
then? A vacation?
If that's the way you want to think of it, I don't know if there's much out there. But if you don't mind going, my
No,
aunt.
anywhere. I mean, I love it here, but going
Yeah.
outside of Haven would be great.
I don't think it would take us too long to get there.
No, I can have a carriage for you.
I'm not sure exactly what to look for um, once we do get there, but I was told I might find something important.
What are you looking out there for? I know you said you wanted to go, but
I don't know exactly. My aunt Leota told me to go there, to return there, to learn more about, I guess, who I am. It's where my mother was born.
did Sybil tell Draco anything of what happened with Lucifer?
I wouldn't remember it.
No, but like,
Oh, you mean before?
yeah, or she kept it to herself.
She told them that you are not, like, we are not welcome here. Like, it's not safe. We need to leave. But she would
Good.
not have told Draco about what Lucifer said about like losing her vampirism. Like, she wouldn't probably be comfortable talking about those kinds of
That's what I
feelings.
thought. No, yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I don't think Draco really knows that. But if you guys, if we don't have anywhere else to be and you wanted to take the road trip, I don't really know
I
what it'll be
mean,
like or what we would find.
I need to get my head off of things, anyways. So I'm down for anything right now.
And I
I don't
think
think
getting
there's
as
any
far away from
people.
here would be great.
I think it's a ghost town.
It's fine.
maybe we should stock up on some things before we head out.
Some health potions, maybe.
And ghost presents. Because maybe ghosts want presents.
We might even be able to find somewhere to stop on the way. So
I've never been famous before. I don't know how I feel about this, but
Will the trip take us back to that one town where we went through to get snow?
No.
Damn it.
But this you will be passing Sora and Isadora's hometown of New Orleans.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
we should stop.
Maybe meet the Michelsons.
we could stop at New Orleans. That's where my mother was raised with, I almost said Willa, Izzy and Soren's parents. They kind of were all from the same area, but I don't know what to expect from either place. I've never been.
We can show you around the bayou.
I want some beignets. I've heard they're great.
They are
Hop
good.
in New Orleans.
I've never
All right,
been
let's head to
before.
New Orleans and then head out to Thunder Mesa.
Alrighty. Well, good luck, my friends. Make a good name for yourselves. Remember, you're not just nobodies. You're all somebody. At
We
least to
will,
me.
and let us know if we can do anything to help you, Eliot. I mean, we owe everything to you.
You're doing just fine. Alright. Have a good night. Or evening. Afternoon. Afternoon. Alrighty, and we'll go ahead and end our session there.
Oh my god.
Lux would have
For
hugged our
Draco.
leaving.